You get to choose. That's what I was thinking about today as I look at this funny picture behind me. And it's a futuristic thing where someone's drawing on an amazing whiteboard. And those exist today. The picture, it's kind of fun. It's an AI picture, of course. And when I see this, I think of design. Something's going on. This woman in the picture is designing something amazing or that's powerful, and it looks very complex, and she looks very absorbed, and very connected to the process. I titled this thing today about choosing. We get to choose. And we abdicate. We give that choice up so much, and it's the most precious thing we have. We have time, however much we get, till we croak, and we have choice. And that's it. We have time and we have choice. And so much of my life, I gave that choice to external circumstances, other people's ideas, and that kind of thing. And then wondered how come I was chafing inside, how come I was struggling and frustrated and negative and angry and didn't feel fulfilled. And it came down to one simple thing. I wasn't choosing. Intentionally, I wasn't choosing. So in the description, I said, you get to choose. You get to choose if you're happy. You get to choose how much money you have. You get to choose what kind of relationships you have. You get to choose whether or not you have a purpose in life or whether you just cruise along. And you get to choose every moment. And the choices are so fast and so many every day that we often, I don't know, maybe you don't, but lots of people get in the habit of letting most choices just go by with accidental choice. Now, habits can be really good. Right? I brush my teeth without making a choice consciously about how to hold the toothbrush, and I've developed a pattern. I tie my shoes the same way. I don't think about tying my shoes. I could, and once in a while I do. So there's lots of automatic things we do. And the question I ask myself often is this. I review my automatics. I review my habits. Is this doing good for me? Is it aligned with what I want? And that presupposes a funny thing. It presupposes I've decided what I want. It presupposes that I've said, this is what I want. And so when I say you can choose how much money you have, you can choose how happy you are, you can choose whether or not you have a purpose, you can choose whether or not you love every day. Yeah, there's all kinds of pushback, either out loud or in your mind, where it sounds like, no, I can't really choose that because. And then you have a long list, and I used to do this too, because the weather, because somebody else, because of the relationship I was in, because the kids, because my health, because the job, because the boss, because. And the truth is, I get to choose. And as soon as I owned that, and it didn't happen all at once, it did start all at once, but there were so many habits that I had allowed to form, either because somebody told me I ought to do something, or because it was just easier to abdicate, that I didn't own my choices. And I created a life by accident. Now, I wanted to get a good job and get up in the company, that sort of thing, and follow the sort of traditional pattern. And I did. I got a job. I did good. I made a lot of money. Executive, C-suite. Yay, I got to what looked like very, very, wow. But inside, because I didn't ever do this on purpose. Looking back, I feel like I had a 30-year summer job. I spent 30 years in a career that I didn't really care about, got good at it, got a lot of money, got promoted, and nothing about it was fulfilling about my soul, because I never even asked my soul, what do you want? Who are you? And when I did, when I was younger, what I wanted, got beat down by external expectations, parents, structures, those kind of things. And I'm not blaming anybody. That kind of stuff happens to all of us when we're raised. We are the thoughts of school and church and parents and family and friends, they are imposed on us because everybody thinks that their individual view of what we ought to do is the right one. And you and I were blessed. We're blessed to decide for ourselves. And it took me a long time to do that. A really long time. The massive change happened when I was 52. And since that time, and that story about what happened before and after that doesn't matter. It's in a book called Tightrope of Depression, My Journey from Darkness, Despair, and to Death to Light, Love, and Life. if you're interested in the details. But after that time, I started gradually taking ownership of my life, one choice at a time. And some of those were hard to make. Some of those habits were so deeply woven into my DNA, literally beat into me by circumstances, by physical things, that I simply thought these are unchangeable pillars. These can't be changed. I believe that with all my heart. And the truth is, anything can be changed. Anything is susceptible to your will. Now, one of the mistakes I used to make, and maybe you do too, is we want it all to be quick. I want to just wake up and say, I want this. I want $1 million in gold bars on the porch when I walk out. Nothing grows like that. Nothing changes like that. Think about buildings. Think about seasons. Think about the universe. Think about the evolution of stars and space and days, weeks, months, years, decades, millennia. So growth is a process, and how we control. Here's the secret. How we control what we have, your money, your relationships, your happiness, your purpose and everything, is to understand that process and then learn to use it. And that sounds simple, and it's not. The idea is simple, but the execution is rigorous. It's like playing the piano, okay? I played since I was 5, and so I play well, and I've done a lot of professional work and that sort of thing. And so, but if I just said I want to play the piano, that's not going to happen overnight or even in a week. I see these things on YouTube where they say, learn to play overnight or in a week or in a weekend you can play 100 songs. The fact that there are 4 chords that you can use 100 songs with doesn't do anything to really make you a pianist, right? And that's obvious. Or a trumpet player or an artist or a vocalist or a person who listens really well. Any of those skills take some time, effort, and instruction to develop. That's what I love most about having become a coach, starting after everything changed for me in 2007 when I was 52. I began to take control and own that truth that I own my life. Crap, I can create whatever I want. And I used to be really frustrated. Damn, I wasted 52 freaking years. And the truth is, no, I learned a lot during those years, and it has all served me well, and I wouldn't change any of it, and that's true. I can't, but I wouldn't anyway. And I'm not angry, frustrated, or negative about any circumstance, person, or anything. I don't blame God or people or anything. In fact, I'm grateful to every one of them, because all of those mountains I climbed or you climbed, broken glass I crawled over or you crawled over, made us who we are today. And I love who I am today. And if you don't love who you are right this minute, like really love it, then there's an opportunity there for you to take control of your life and do 2 things. 1, learn to completely love and accept yourself like you are, or love and accept yourself exactly as you are and decide there's some things you'd like to adjust. And then learn the laws of growth and do them. And in that process, you can literally create the fulfillment of what I said in the comment, which is you choose the money you have. You choose the life you live. You choose the amount of joy you experience. You choose the relationship quality you have. You choose whether you have a purpose or not. I'm not saying you should, but so many people I talk to have a yearning in their heart to do something that matters. And it's not about being impressive or having a bunch of cash, although that's always fun. But it's about doing something that matters. We're built that way. We're created by the divine. And so that means in us, the divine DNA has this yearning to do something that matters. Well, that's your choice. It's my choice. And it took me a lot longer than I won't even say that. It took me a long time to learn it. Took me exactly the right amount of time to learn it, because I'm delighted with where I am and delighted with every single thing that's brought me here. So that is the message today, is that if you're tired of what you have, get on the path of growth. Get on the path of examining your habits and saying, are they serving me? Examining your language to yourself. How do you talk to yourself? Is it kind? Is it encouraging? Is it growth-oriented? Is it powerful? Or is it dissing? Is it negative? Is it grumpy? You get to choose all that stuff. When I'm grumpy with myself, or when I was, and I was really, really bad, maybe you are too, ooh, the hate could burn the walls. And it produced the fruit of hate, the cycle of destruction and negativity. When I learned to fiercely and freely love myself as I am, while every single day choosing to walk into the fire of refinement. I have come to love the fire of refinement, not because burning feels good, but because I love what it creates. More refinement. And I'm not saying anybody else has to feel this, but I enjoy the feeling of refinement, of growth, of lifting, of loving, of blessing. That's the reason I've chosen to be the person that I am and have the business that I do, write all the books that I do. It's because I love not only the feeling of refinement, but offering the opportunity to serve and bless others, you. That's why my goal this year is 300 million people, reaching 300 million people with the message of your opportunity and possibility. So this is yours. This is your call. If you're not running your own life completely and fully, every single thing, ask yourself if you're happy. Are you happy, satisfied, content? If things just keep going exactly like they are you stoked, or are you tolerating? What are you putting up with? Who do you need to be to have absolute control over your life? I don't mean what others do, and I'm not talking about the weather. Your own perceptions, your own beliefs, your own opportunities. If you can create anything you want, there's no doubt about that. If you want help with that, that's the work I do. But whether you call me or talk to me or not, take control of your life. Now, if you'd like to chat, KellanFlukigerMedia.com, the URL on the screen, there's a contact form there if you want to chat. But regardless, I know you're divine. I love you. You are amazing, even though you're not here in front of me. I wish you were. Love to meet every single one of you individually and feel your spirit, see your greatness and your beauty. Take control of your life. Together, let's change the world. Because if we don't, who's going to do it? See you tomorrow.